ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So today is being celebrated as International Yoga Day, and 10 years back the United Nations declared this day as a yoga day because they could perceive the benefits of yoga. So many people all over the world started practicing yoga exercises, and they could feel a lot of benefit out of it. So they felt that it's a universal knowledge which everybody should know and practice. So it was declared as an International Yoga Day, and many are now following this and making their health better, making their mind better as well. So we thought that today on this occasion we'll dive deep into what is the meaning of yoga and how to practice this yoga. So before I begin, actually I wanted to ask all of you, what do you understand by yoga? What is your definition of yoga? Yes, would you like to share? योगा का मतलब क्या होता है?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण.
The basic understanding of yoga, the meaning of yoga, or coming from the word yuj, is to unite. That is what our basic understanding is, to unite. So, yeah, to have a connection. And in this case, maybe connection with the Supreme Lord. So that is what I need to understand more about it, of course.
Yeah. Thank you, Manoharani Mataji. Yeah. Yes, Ruby Mataji.
Yes, I also, the most important point for me is to union with God, first and foremost thing. And then with our health and with our mind, how we can unite by doing physical exercise and emotionally also to be sound. And that too, taking guidance from the Lord only. So that is and to remain healthy means we can serve God better, serve Lord better. So that is the main aim to be in yoga.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ruby Mataji. So you mentioned about health benefit of yoga also. And Manoharani Mataji mentioned about yuj means to connect. Okay. These are valid definitions of yoga. Okay. So actually there are many definitions of yoga described by different people and by different books as well. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna defines yoga. Krishna defines who is a yogi. Patanjali describes yoga as a certain process. And Patanjali also describes the 8 stages of yoga. So like this, many acharyas and many saints have given different definitions. One of the basic definition is yuj, means to connect. That which connects Atma with Paramatma, that is yoga. And even yoga acha hai, matlab this combination of time is good. So that combination or connection, that's called yoga. But ultimate definition is to connect with the Supreme, connect with Krishna. That is yoga. So, but that is very high definition of yoga, where we have to connect directly with Him. That is the goal, but we also should follow the process and practice it so that we can reach that goal. So to that, for attaining this, Patanjali also describes yoga as a process which settles down the mind. So today's session, I'll focus on this particular topic which Patanjali describes. That is yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga means that process which pacifies the mind, settles down the mind. So that's called as yoga. So we'll discuss a little bit about, it's quite a bit about this today, keeping that as a foundation. And there is also another definition, yogaha indriya samyama. Right? Indriya samyama means to control the senses, control the mind. That's also yoga. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Yoga means the art of work. How to work in this world without getting entangled. That is yoga. Yoga also means mitigation of suffering. Tam vidya dukkha samyogam viyogam yoga sangitaha. So the process of mitigating dukkha in life, that's also called yoga. So in this way, there are various definitions which Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita as well. So this session will try to focus on this particular topic of chitta vritti nirodha. So I'll show you some slides, not many, a few slides, which will help us to understand this topic better. So this is Yoga Sutra. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is the stilling of the fluctuations of mind. Right? Vrittihi means fluctuations or desires, disturbances in the mind. So to settle the mind, make it peaceful, that is the goal of yoga. Okay. Now, if there are different analogies which we can use to explain this concept. So chitta means mind, vritti means thoughts or waves, nirodha means stillness, not control. So the way to control the thoughts in the mind, that's called yoga. Chitta vritti nirodha. So the first analogy we can try to understand is that mind is compared to a lake. Okay. So the mind includes thoughts, emotions, ego, and memory. And then constant activity creates inner noise. Andar ka noise hai. Like here you see, on the top of this lake there is noise. There are waves, right? And the ripples which are created on the surface of the lake disturb the surface of the lake. And if you look inside, or if you step closer and see, you can't see your face in the lake because of the ripples, because of waves on the surface. It's a very disturbed state. So when the lake is disturbed, you can't see the reflection. Similarly, when the mind is disturbed, you cannot see yourself. You cannot have self-realization. Atma Sakshatkar nahi ho sakta hai. See, in order to attain Atma Sakshatkara, one has to pacify the noise in the mind. Okay, so the calm lake reveals depth. Actually, mind is very deep. It has got many thoughts, many desires and aspirations deep inside. So, and on the surface, there are ripples. So those desires which are on the surface, they are called as vritti. Right? Vrittihi. And those desires which are deep inside, they are called vasanas. And those which are very, very deep, they are called as samskaras. So vritti, vasana, and samskaras. As long as um, there are fishes in the lake, or there is some decayed matter in the lake, there will be bubbles coming on top. There's always a constant disturbance. So when the vrittis, vasanas, samskaras, they are stabilized, they are neutralized, then the mind becomes steady, and the lake becomes steady. So similarly, when the mind's desires becomes calmed down, then in that steady mind, we can actually see our reflection. See, this lake, it is calm. So you can see the reflection of the sun, the reflection of the trees. Of course, the photo is not very high resolution, so but you can make it out. That the lake is calm, so that's why you can see the reflection on it. So similarly, we cannot see ourselves because of the noise in the mind. And sometimes it happens that you are in a very crowded train and somebody calls you and you pick up the phone. You can't hear anything. You keep shouting, but you can't hear anything. Why? Because there's a lot of noise there. So when the when the surrounding noise reduces, when people get down and it has become calm, then you can talk peacefully. So similarly, when there is a lot of thoughts and desires and aspirations in the mind, we cannot have self-realization. So another analogy which can be given to understand this concept is that of a mirror. So mind is compared to a mirror. Say this mirror is very dusty, and because of the dust, one is not able to see the road clearly. So the road is very hazy. But when the mirror is clean, then one can see the reflection very clearly. So the mind is also compared to a mirror because the dust in the mirror prevents us from seeing our reflection. So you have to clean the mind. Chitta vritti nirodha. So the yoga process is nothing but cleansing of the mirror, cleansing or calming down of the ripples in the river. So the entire yoga process actually focuses on this one point only, to calm the mind, calm the mind. And Krishna also talks about this in Bhagavad Gita. Yatha deepo nivatastho ningate sopama smritaha yogino yata chittasya yinjato yogamatmanan. So the sixth chapter Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about Yatha deepo nivatastha na ingate so upama smritaha. It's a very beautiful analogy given. Suppose there is a room, and in that room there is a lot of wind. Okay, suppose the fan is running in that wind, and you have kept a candle or a lamp, lantern. So you will see that the flame of the lamp or the candle keeps shaking because of the wind. But if you switch off the fan, close all the windows, and inside there is no movement of air, then the candle burns very steadily, it burns. Right? यथा दीपः निवातस्थः न इंगते सोपमा स्मृतः योगिनो यतचित्तस्य. So similarly, the yogis who have conquered the noise of their mind, their focus is steady, their concentration is steady. So the flame here is compared to the concentration. The concentration can be steady if the surrounding noise is reduced. But if there's a lot of noise and wind, then what will happen? The steady focus will not come. So in order to attain the steadiness, we have to create a very favorable environment around us. Just like for burning this candle, the fan was switched off and the doors and the windows were all closed. And then there was stillness. And in that stillness, concentration was achievable. Meditation was achievable. Similarly, we have to calm down the noise. We have to shut down our eyes, shut down our ears, and all our senses so that no disturbing things enter into our system. And when the noise is calmed down, thanda ho jata hai, then we can actually realize the self. This is another example given in Bhagavad Gita. So mind is like a mirror, and mind is also like a monkey. Like mind jumps constantly like a monkey. Yoga calms it into still awareness. So there is a monkey. See, this monkey is sitting on top of his shoulder, and monkey cannot sit idle. It will keep scratching its mouth and hands and back, and whatever comes in its eyesight, it grabs it. It wants to eat it, it will chew it. If it can't eat it, it will destroy it, spoil it. So in this way, the mind also is very, very naughty. Because the mind is naughty, it is not allowing us to be happy, stable. Imagine if you are sitting next to a monkey. Can you be peaceful? you will be always in anxiety, whether this monkey will take away my purse, whether it will bite me, or whether it will run away, whether it will scratch me or so jump on me. So always there will be anxiety. So you cannot sit peacefully next to a monkey. Similarly, your mind is like a monkey. The soul is sitting next to the monkey mind. So the soul is not able to be stable. It is not steady. Because mind is always giving commentary or disturbance. So there was once a couple driving in a car. So the husband was driving and the wife was sitting next. And wife was constantly chatting, chit-chatting, speaking this, speaking that, and the driver is not able to concentrate on the driving. And she will make some comment, he'll get disturbed, and then driving gets disturbed. So similarly, mind is like that commentator sitting in the passenger seat, and he's constantly chatting with us, disturbing us. And if we get too disturbed, then we meet with an accident. So sometimes accidents may happen because the mind is uncontrolled. The soul may commit blunders or sinful activities because the mind is not in control. Right? So and there was a boy, he went to the college and he was studying, but his other friends, um, some of the friends, they were pulling him, come beta, come, let's taste this whiskey. And some very bad people, they'll call them and say, no, let's take drugs. You see, they're pushing him to do sinful activities. So because there is a bad company, this fellow eventually became addicted to all these bad habits. So our association also determines our attitudes. So we should be careful with whom we associate with. If you associate with monkey mind, then we'll also do monkey activities. But if we associate with a stable mind, then the soul will do all good activities. So monkey is like the mind. And nowadays you see mobile phones, lot of many notifications come every day, and it always constantly disturbing. And just like that wife was chit-chatting with the driver who was sitting in the car. Similarly, her mobile in the pocket is always chit-chatting. Pick me up, open me, see me, I am notifying you. Somebody is liking you, somebody is sending this message to you, please look at me, look at me. So mobile is constantly bombarding us with all such news and information, and then the mind gets cluttered. So there's a limit to how much the mind can accept. But if the limit, but when it crosses the limit, the mind becomes fatigued. Thak jata hai mind. And when the mind gets tired, it is not focused, it is not concentrated. So that's why we should enter into do not disturb mode. And in do not disturb mode, mobile is peaceful, you can function properly. So mind is like that mobile phone. So now my question to all of you. What is the difference between mind? Okay, let me put it this way. Are you the mind, or do you have the mind?
We are not the mind. We have a
Okay.
mind.
Okay, you have the mind. So we are not the mind. Okay. Yes. Abhi wants to say something.
Yeah, we are what we think, so we are. That's what our mind is.
Okay. What you think, that's what you are. Okay. Mind thinks. Suppose you are a doctor, but mind thinks, no, I want to be an engineer. You become that. Or what your mind thinks, no, I want to be the prime minister. Do we become that? So it's a very subtle question. Yes, Abhi, you're able to appreciate this?
At least if we can think in that direction, maybe there is a possibility to become one. That's what my
Okay.
understanding is.
Okay, so he's telling that, okay, you start thinking that I want to be successful, so eventually you'll become successful. Yeah, so that is right, that you can achieve the goals by thinking positively. But my question is slightly different. But are you the mind, or do you have the mind? That was the specific question which I was asking. So here,
We are the mind, Guruji.
okay, you're the mind. Okay, let's discuss this point. Yes, Manoharini Mataji, you want to say something?
No, Prabhuji. I mean, obviously, it's very natural to think we have the mind because we often associate our mind with our that okay, like the other people said, whatever we think we can become. In terms of it motivates us to do, and often motivational speakers are talking like this only. You are your mind. Whatever you think, you can become, and that often confuses us. Actually, that maybe we are the mind. So whatever I think, I can become, but that's a little bit different from what we really are. And
Yeah.
as Krishna tells us in the second chapter, that we are not this mind, we are not this mind, we are not this body, we are not these thoughts, we are something else totally separate from it. So
Yeah, thank you. So let me explain this. Actually, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he speaks something little deeper and very clearly. He talks about this concept. He says that we identify ourselves with the mind, but actually we are not the mind. We have a mind, but we are not the mind. So he talks about this. So let me draw something for you which will make it clear. So this is me, or this is you. You also can imagine yourself to be this. So this is we have three levels of existence. One is soul, okay, and then there is the mind. There is a mind box, and then there is the outside world. Okay, of course you can add one more thing here. Then there's the body. And then mind through the body, it interacts with the world outside. Okay, so actually this is how our body is designed. I am the soul, spirit soul, which Krishna talks in Bhagavad Gita, Mamaivaamsho jiva loke jiva bhutaha sanatanaha. I am the eternal spirit soul particle, and the soul actually is part and parcel of God. But when it comes into this material world, he gets this paraphernalia, right, to function in this world. He gets a mind, which is a storehouse of thoughts, desires, right? Thoughts, desires, unfulfilled desires. All this is stored here, and experiences also. All experiences are also stored here. And the mind is connected to the body. Body especially means senses. And the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, and the skin. These are basically the senses through which the mind interacts with the world. So it gathers input from the world and it gives its response to the world through the body. So like this input output, actually both are going on. Inputs coming in and responses going out. There is stimulus and there is a response. There is stimulus and there is a response. And everything is happening through the mind. So generally what happens, because the soul identifies itself with the mind very strongly, then it becomes one unit. Then I think that I am this mind. But actually, we are separate. The mind is a tool which the soul uses. But when the soul becomes too familiar with the mind and it starts following whatever the mind says, it starts accepting whatever the mind proposes, then the person thinks, I am the mind. Because whatever mind is telling, I'm doing. Whatever mind proposes, I accept it. So it's the difference, the thin line of difference is not existing at that time, or it is not perceivable. But those who are self-realized, those who are self-realized, then they have learned the art of seeing mind as separate from themselves. Okay, they observe the mind from outside, and they feel that I am not this body, I am not this mind, nor I am the soul also. I'm pure spirit soul. Okay, I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, I'm pure spirit soul. So that kind of consciousness is attainable by pure devotees of the Lord. Those who are attained the high stage of samadhi, they can know. So there is slight difference, right? Is it clear, Abhi? Hmm? And I
Yes,
don't
yes,
know your full name,
yes,
but
yes. Abhinav.
does it make sense? Yeah, yeah. So we are spirit soul, but now we think that I am this mind, but actually there's a difference between the soul and the mind. We have the mind. So for example, you will see that we have a computer or mobile phone, and the phone stores the memory, cache memory, whatever you have browsed, whatever you're surfing, whatever prompts you have given, it stores. Next time when you open the phone, it knows that you are going to use one of these frequently used apps. So it will show the frequently used ones on the top, and the rarely used ones go behind, isn't it? So similarly, when you're searching particular thing in Google, when you type the first letter, Google knows what you want to do. So it will give the autofill, right? So it will suggest, okay, this is what you want to search, because that's what you have been searching. So nowadays AI also is trained that way. It knows who you are. So as soon as you open AI and you want to search something, it knows what you're looking for, because that's what you have trained them, AI. So it will give a response like that. Similarly, the soul and the mind work with each other. Mind is like a AI agent in very modern technology. If you want to put AI, mind is like a AI agent which can be programmed to do certain tasks in a particular way. And by suppose the person had a bad association, then the person indulges in bad activities like smoking or drinking. The mind gets programmed by default in that way. As soon as it sees a bottle, whiskey bottle, it wants to drink. Or if it sees a cigarette packet, it wants to smoke, because the agent is trained in that way. It's impure norm. It's wrong training. But if somebody trains his mind to be very pure, right? Suppose somebody has trained AI agent to do very positive work, then as soon as you give a prompt, it will give very, very positive, very, very good output. Similarly, the mind also, if it is trained very positively, constructively, so it can do wonderful work in this world. So the mind acts like a friend. Okay. So the same agent, same software can be used for a right purpose or for a wrong purpose. Like same technology, uh, for example, whatever missile technology or bomb technology, it can be used to defend a country, but, or it can be used by terrorists to destroy a country also, isn't it? So it's like that. So if it is used to defend a country, it is helpful. But if it is used to, if it comes in the hand of a terrorist, it is very destructive, isn't it? So, okay, I ask you a question. Is knife, okay, is knife good or bad? What do you say?
Neither
Both,
good nor
both
bad.
Prabhuji.
Okay, neither
Prabhuji,
good nor bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, in the hand of a burglar or a thief, it's bad, but in the hands of a surgeon, it's good.
Yeah, very good. Perfect answer. So if it is in the hand of a surgeon, it saves life. If it is in the hands of a burglar, it takes away life. Similarly, mind, eh, is it good or bad? Depends upon how it is trained. If the mind is trained in a very positive way, then it's very good. It helps us. But if your mind is trained to do sinful activities, then it destroys us. So it depends on how you train it. So similarly, mind is friend or enemy based on how you train it. So I try to explain this analogy. Now, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Once the mind becomes still, and just like the wind in the room becomes still, the waves, ripples on the lake become still, or the mirror becomes clean, the monkey mind becomes stable. So what happens? Now the mind has become stable. Then what? Tada drashtuhu surupena vasthanam. Right? You experience your true self, your swarupa. So you can see your own swarupa, your own face. Like if the mirror is cleaned now, you can see your own face. If the lake is still, you can see your reflection on the lake. Right? In my childhood, I used to play in my village in the wells, and sometimes well water is very still. Right? There are no stones or leaves falling on it. Very still. You can see a reflection. You can even actually decorate yourself nicely in that reflection. It's so neat and clean. So when the mind becomes still, calm down, then you can see yourself, right? Tada, at that time, drashtuhu. So one can see swarupeva vasthanam. So one can see one's own actual swarupa as a spirit soul, part and parcel of God. That experience comes. So now, practical steps. How to go to that stage. From the state of a disturbed mind to the state of a very stable mind. How to do that? So for that we need to practice. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, actually Arjuna told to Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna frankly tells Krishna, you are telling this yoga process very difficult for me because my mind is very, very unstable. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramati balavadrinam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva shudushkaram. I can control the wind, but I cannot control my mind. So Krishna told Arjuna, yes, I know what you're telling is right. Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam. So certainly mind is very difficult to control. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. But Krishna gives a solution also. Yes, it is difficult, but not impossible. So it is difficult to control the mind, but it is not impossible. And how to make it possible? Abhyasa and vairagya. Abhyasa means practice. What is the practice? Yato yato nischalati manah chanchalam astiram tatastato niyamyetad atmanyeva vasham nayet. Whenever you see that the mind is going somewhere, pull it back. Suppose you are sitting to chant, you're doing meditation, mind goes somewhere. Don't get angry, pull it back. Or your somebody, a student is sitting for studies. So mind is saying, watch this movie, new movie released yesterday. So the mind is getting distracted. So you have to pull it back. Oh, this is not the time to watch a movie. I can watch it later. Tomorrow is examination. I have to study. Let's sit down to study now. So in this way, pulling back the mind. That's called abhyasa. When you keep doing abhyasa, then it becomes your nature. It becomes very easy to control the mind. Second point mentioned in Bhagavad Gita is vairagya. Right? Vairagya, abhyasa and vairagya. Vairagya means detachment. Okay. So detachment means what? From whom we should detach? So those things which are distracting us from self-realization, detached from those things. Okay. So vairagya. If somebody is attached to wealth, if somebody is attached to opposite sex, and if somebody is attached to name, fame, glory, it's very difficult to practice spiritual life. So one has to give this attachment, give up this attachment. There's nothing wrong having money. You can have lots of money, but you should think that it is God's money. It is not my money. It is actually God given money, so I'll engage it in God service. So that's the right consciousness. So developing when you understand it, everything belongs to God, you become peaceful. But if you think that this is mine, I possess this, I enjoy this, then so recently I was just today afternoon I was in a college giving program, and one of the students asked this question that no, sir, I like to control things, but when things don't go my way, I become angry. How to overcome this anger? Then I said, yes, you can't control everything because God is the supreme controller. He is the topmost controller. So our duty is to give the control to God. Oh Lord, let your will be done, not my will. So when you accept Lord's will, you will be peaceful because Lord's plan is always perfect. But when we make our own plan and it's not executed properly, that fails, then we become angry on ourselves. So we should understand that some things are in our control and some things are beyond our control. So things which are beyond our control, we should accept it. And those things which are in my control, I can try to change it. I can make it better. So that's what Krishna is telling here, that abhyas and vairagya. So practice abhyasa and then detach. Vairagya. By these two things, one can attain that stage. One can gradually grow. So now, I'll just mention these 8 stages of yoga. Some of you must be familiar with these 8 stages, but nonetheless, so I will try to explain in brief. So the 8 stages of yoga are yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. These are the 8 stages. Now today is International Yoga Day. So many people practice yoga that is only the first 4 steps. Right? I know many yoga teachers and yoga students also. They say, sir, they teach us only breathing exercise and some stretching exercises, and then that makes our body healthy and fit, and then we become disease free. So when we become disease free, then we can enjoy more. So the process of yoga is practiced with the goal to attain more material enjoyment. Of course, there is nothing wrong in that, but the real purpose of yoga is forgotten. One can lead a happy life in this world, but material happiness is also temporary. Right? You may have money for some time, but not all time. You may have fame at some time, but somebody may insult you at another time. Defamation comes. So material happiness is temporary. So understanding this, some yogis do not get stuck up at asana pranayama, they go higher. So yama means following the don'ts. क्या नहीं करना है वो है yama. And niyama means क्या करना है, what is essential, that is niyama. So that is yama and niyama. After following the do's and don'ts, then one should follow asanas. And one should arise early in the morning, one can take bath and sit, and then do asanas. Basically stretching exercises, back stretching, front stretching, Surya Namaskar. That's asanas. So asanas purify the body. The body becomes fit, stable and flexible, and very conducive for holding prana. So after doing asanas, when you do pranayama, then you can absorb prana by breathing exercise. So breathing exercise is mainly 3. One is Puraka, Kumbhaka, Rechaka. Puraka means to inhale. Kumbhaka means to hold. And Rechaka means to release. Pura Kumbhaka Rechaka. So by doing this rhythmic breathing and slow breathing, one can live longer. One can live happily also. So the breathing pacifies the mind. And with that pacified mind, one goes to the stage of Pratyahara. Pratyahara is the stage where the senses automatically starts withdrawing from the sense objects. He rejects anything which is unfavorable for Krishna. So he gives up everything and then comes to the stage of dharana, which is dharana means to retain. If some people focus on some object or chant on mantra, but they're not able to hold the mantra. Mantra is slipping out of their mind. And sometimes people chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's a little long mantra, but while chanting this mantra, mind slips away. It starts thinking, oh, Hare Krishna, I have to pay the electricity bill, it's pending, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, my scooty, or my car is driving, and then I had this 2000 rupees fine, but now the Karnataka government has given a 50% off, so I can fill it up and then reduce the fine. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He's thinking, while chanting Hare Krishna, he's thinking all this. Right? So he's not able to hold the mantra. Mantra is slipping from the mind. But when the mind is able to absorb in the chanting for a couple of minutes, not in couple of minutes, 12 seconds, okay, 12 seconds. So that is called dharana. And when the dharana becomes more concentrated, it becomes dhyana, which is 12 into 12, 144 seconds. Dhyana. Dhyana means longer concentration. And then comes the state of samadhi, where one can all time be fixed up in the thoughts of God. So that's called samadhi. So the samadhi is the goal of yoga. Yoga means chittavritti nirodha, to settle down the noise in the mind. And after that, to attain samadhi. So samadhi can be attained only when one is peaceful. Ashantasya kutasya sukham, it is said. So if the mind is not peaceful, where there is happiness, right? How can you get happy? So one should be peaceful and then one can be happy. So the initial 4 stages makes one peaceful, and the later 4 stages makes one really happy. So this is the Ashtanga Yoga. So the modern yogis, they get stuck up in the 4th stage. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, they do. But Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, they don't do. But the goal of Bhagavad Gita is to attain the state of Samadhi. Right? So Samadho Vadhikachate. So Krishna, the 2nd chapter, Krishna talks about how a preacher can attain Samadhi. So we should go to that stage. We should not get stuck up in asana and pranayama only. So,
Prabhuji, could you please repeat those some duration of time you told, 12 seconds and some, I didn't understand that. So in dharana and dhyan, what is the difference in the some duration of seconds that you can hold the mantra?
yeah.
You mentioned some 12 seconds, I understand that.
Yeah. Dharana is 12 seconds. Dhyana is and Samadhi is 12 into 12 into 12 seconds. Okay. This is what Patanjali gives in his definition. There is a basic definition of concentration. Okay. And dharana means retention. One is able to retain the thought for a specific time. Dhyana means concentration. Right? Samadhi means absorption. Full absorption in the Lord.
Yes,
So these
thank
are
you.
the 8 stages of yoga. Ashtanga yoga system. So many people nowadays practice yoga as a means of getting better health, but that is a side effect. But the main effect is to attain the Supreme Lord. So now in Kali Yuga, in modern age, what to do? Because when Arjuna was told that you go to the secluded place in the forest, make asana which is neither too high nor too short, let's stay in a very secluded place, sit down in Sukhasana, focus your eyes on the tip of the nose and stay with the back erect, and back, neck and the head erect. You stay like this for a long time and try to focus and concentrate. Arjuna said, Krishna, very difficult. I can't do this. Please tell me something which is very simple. So at that time, Krishna says, oh yes, I'll tell you something simple. Then he says, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam samayuktatam. So artificially controlling one's senses is very difficult, but if somebody who can fix his mind always on me in his heart, he is very, very focused. He is the topmost yogi. But how to attain the stage of topmost yoga? So then Krishna says in several other slokas, at Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, always chant my names, he says. So in Kali Yuga, chanting of the holy names of the Lord is very, very essential. So this Ashtanga Yoga process was very much applicable and relevant in Satya Yuga, the first age. And then in the Treta Yuga, yajnas were recommended. So they stood elaborate yajnas. And then in Dwapar Yuga, temple worship was recommended. And in Kali Yuga, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is recommended. So it is said in Kali Yuga, because we don't have strong body, nor do we have strong memory, and the elements in this Kali Yuga are polluted. Water is polluted, air is polluted, food is poisoned by chemicals. So it's very difficult to get a healthy and fit mind to concentrate. So the best way to concentrate in this Kali Yuga is chanting of the names. By repeated chanting of the mantra, one can attain perfection. So there are several mantras which are mentioned in the scriptures. But there is one particular mantra which I personally chant and which many of you also chant, which is the Hare Krishna mantra. Because this Hare Krishna mantra is given in a Upanishad called as Kali Santaran Upanishad. In Kali Santaran Upanishad, there is mentioned, Iti Shodashakam Namnam Kali Kalmashanashanam Natah Parataropaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishate. Right, in this age of Kali, the 16 names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So by chanting this mantra, one can easily attain perfection. Okay, but how we should chant this mantra? With attention, with focus. Then it will have profound effect. So it's easy process, but it's not so. You can say it is simple, but not so easy. And you just chant this mantra, Hare Krishna, it's so easy. No, but when you start practicing, you'll understand. The mind is so unstable, it keeps jumping here and there. It takes time to bring it back. So it will take time for the mind to calm down. But when the mind calms down and the mantra starts giving its results, then you will see that the mind starts relishing this mantra. Initially, it may appear very difficult, but later on it will become very easy. So what we will do now, all of us together, we will chant this mantra, Hare Krishna mantra. So I will chant, you can follow behind me, together we will chant, okay? We'll chant 27 mantras, okay? Actually, generally we chant 108, but now we'll chant 27 mantras, and then later on, if you have any questions, you can ask, okay? So are you ready? So you can sit in a comfortable posture, very peaceful posture, and close your eyes. And then you can take a deep breath so your mind becomes focused and cool. You can take 3 deep breaths so that the mind becomes cool and calm, and then we'll chant. So we'll start chanting now, and if possible, you can keep your videos on so you can see each other, and then we'll chant this mantra, and I will chant, you can all repeat after me. So before chanting Hare Krishna, I'll chant Panchatattva mantra. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, thank you very much for participating in this International Yoga Day class and also chanting together with us. So now you can, if you have any questions or if you want to share any experience, you can chant, you can share. Just one experience I'd like to share here. When I told all of you, switch on the video, when I start chanting after that, then my mind was saying, okay, see who is on, whose video is on. But then I thought, oh, let me close my eyes. Let me focus on my chanting. So like this, small thoughts will be there in the mind which can distract the mind. It goes little off track, then it takes you fully off track. Right? So initially when the thought goes somewhere, you should pull it back. Let's suppose you're chanting in the morning time. When you're chanting, the mind will say, okay, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But then you see that no, cooking time has come. Okay, where is milk? Hare Krishna. Oh, milk wala hai ki nahi? Hare Krishna. So in this way, the thought keeps on branching. Okay, 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, it keeps on multiplying. So the best way to control this is to, in the beginning only, to cut it. In the beginning only cut it off so that you can focus on chanting. So in this way, you can try to focus on the mantra. Then the mantra start giving its fruits gradually. It stabilizes the mind, it cleans the mind, it makes you very focused and steady. Then chitta vritta nirodha will happen very, very smoothly and very quickly. Okay. So I'll rest my talk here. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions on this? Yes, Dr. Manohar.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you for the wonderful session, Prabhuji. I had a question. Like, I always get confused when they say that they used to do dhyan or meditation was the prescribed way for self-realization in Satyog. So, did Bhakti Yoga did not exist, or was it the only way? And why is it so? Why it is said that this is a prescribed way? Is it based on the consciousness of people at that time, and of course the age also, that part I understand, the age part, that people used to be in meditation for long number of years. But otherwise, why is it that there's a difference in the prescribed ways? I can understand Kalyug part also, but I still cannot understand the Dhyan part changed into Yajna part.
Even Dhyana, it ultimately ends in bhakti, even in Satyuga. Okay, so the process mentioned was dhyana, but the dhyana initially is the Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahar. But when the stage comes of Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, the bhakti begins there. Okay, they start focusing on the mantra. Now we chant Hare Krishna mantra. Previously they were chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva in Satyuga. And Dhruva Maharaj was given the process of Ashtanga Yoga and he was given the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. So that Ashtanga Yoga process is fully applicable in Satyuga because people's body was fit and they had a long life. They could live for 100,000 years. Okay. In Treta Yuga, they lived for 10,000 years. And in Dwapara Yuga, 1,000 years. And in Kali Yuga, 100 years. So that's how it is. So in Kali Yuga, life is very short. So direct bhakti is prescribed. But in the previous ages, people had long life and they had quite, you can say, very conducive environment, peaceful environment. So they could do dhyana for a long period of time, practice that process. But in Kali Yuga, we need very quick process, which can give us quick results. So that's why bhakti is directly prescribed, chanting is directly prescribed. In the previous yugas, Ashtanga Yoga was there, but it ultimately culminated in Bhakti Yoga. But in Kali Yuga, directly bhakti is prescribed. Okay.
Prabhuji, any example of direct bhakti yoga in Satyug?
Any example of direct bhakti yoga?
Like just for my curiosity, that everybody used to go into dhyan first for thousands of years, and then of course that'll culminate in bhakti yoga still, and that part I understood from what you told. But just so everybody will have to, nobody will go into bhakti yoga. It was not like something.
Prahlad was also in Satya Yoga. He was
So
directly
he
practicing
was,
bhakti. You don't see him doing Ashtanga Yoga.
yeah.
Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam. He just heard from Narada Muni. He heard Bhagavatam. He became a devotee and he started chanting regularly.
Yeah.
Right?
And Prabhuji, Dhruv did Ashtanga Yoga, or he also did a mixture of, like in the end, he also got to see the Lord. Was it?
He did a mix. He was mixing bhakti and yoga together. But at the end, he became fully pure devotee. Okay, he was, you see, he was standing on one leg. He was controlling his breath. And then he was doing very severe austerities. So he was following the yoga process and also he was doing bhakti as prescribed by Narada.
Which yuga was that, Prabhuji? Dhruv?
That was also Satya Yoga only.
Satyuga only, no? Yeah. Okay. Okay, Prabhuji, fine. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Hare
Dhanyavad
Krishna.
Pranams. I have one question. Prabhuji, like when we are focusing our mind on Krishna and we are chanting, can we attain a final destination, or is it a never-ending process, or when do we feel that sense of achievement and say that, okay, yeah, we have achieved, we have come to this level, and can we like relax and be assured that of not falling down? And just from here it is stable, from here we are in the same level, only from here it is only same, or go up and above. Can we be like that, or is it like when we say that, oh no, anybody can sort of fall down if we are not continuously practicing, then it is such a, I mean, never ending process or procedure?
You
Should
can
we
read
be
this section.
like disheartened or like give up, or like we have to keep trying to get that ultimate happiness, Prabhuji?
So understood, sir. You are going in the process of yoga and then you have to attain ultimate happiness, but we keep falling short of it. Right? Sometimes, no. So what to do? So Krishna mentions that in the 6th chapter of Gita. Just I want to show that. Right? When the mind is pacified, yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya. Same Patanjali said this. Yatra chaiva atmana atmanam pashyani atmani tushyati. Seeing the soul, he is very, very peaceful. He sees the soul and Paramatma also. Then sukham atyantikam yattat buddhigraham atindriyam. He attains ultimate happiness. Buddhigraham atindriyam, spiritual happiness.
Prabhuji, which shloka is this, Prabhuji?
6.20 onwards. Okay. 6.20 to 23. So yam labdha cha param labham manyate nadikam tatah. He feels that this is the ultimate. Aparam labham manyate nadikam. There is nothing higher than this. So that spiritual happiness is the highest, and there is nothing happy more than this. He feels that. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalete. And in that state, even if death comes, great misery comes, he is not disturbed. Tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga sangitam. So understand that this mitigation of suffering and attainment of ultimate happiness is yoga, yoga sangitam. So Krishna is talking about this in Bhagavad Gita. So at least theoretically we know that okay, that is the highest stage. Labade Brahma Nirvanam, that's ultimate. And Brahma happens, then one becomes completely happy and peaceful. So one has to long for that, and that comes by there's a stepwise process. First you start chanting, let your mind get absorbed in the chanting, let the mantra touch your mind. When the mantra touches your mind constantly, mind gets purified, and then that Brahma Samsparsha will produce that great happiness, that purification. And you can experience that. First thing is your miseries go away, right? And then your heart becomes clean. Cheto darpana marjanam, gomaha davagni nirvapanam. And then your love for Lord blossoms. Shre Kairo Chandrika Vitaranam. Your knowledge about God develops. Vidya Vadu Jivanam. Anandamudi Vardhanam. And your happiness, spiritual happiness keeps expanding. Pratipadam Purna Pradaswadanam. Sarvatma Snapanam. And one becomes fully cleansed. Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So this is how the 7 benefits of chanting are mentioned in the Shikshashtakam. So some of these 7 you can feel now, but some you will feel later. But at least continue the process, and eventually you will see that you will experience all of them at one point of time. Okay. Yeah.
So
So
please,
Manish.
this 6.20 to 23 mainly because it's talking about a yogi mainly, and the trance or the samadhi which the yogi attains, and we know that the final destination of yogi will be Brahman. Can you please explain this Brahman to me? Is it Brahman is like what I've understood? It's not a physical space; it is an experience. Is it, Prabhuji? Please explain this Brahman. How do we, when we say a
See,
yogi's or a
people,
jnani's destination is Brahman?
Brahman has 3 definitions. Okay, one is impersonal light. That's also called Brahman, impersonal form of the Lord. Second definition is Paramatma, situated in the heart, Lord Vishnu in the heart. Third definition is Krishna. Krishna is also Param Brahman, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, so it said. So the impersonalists worship impersonal Brahman. The yogis worship Paramatma in the heart, and the devotees worship Krishna, Shyam Sundara. So that is the difference. So when Bhagavad Gita refers to Brahman, it refers to Parabrahman. And when here yogis refer to Brahman, it refers to Paramatma in the heart, who is also form of the Lord, is a person. So when a yogi comes in contact with the Paramatma in the heart, he experiences highest happiness. So that happiness is the ultimate.
So that is Brahman, Prabhuji? That is Brahman for the yogi? Yeah, he's experiencing
Yes,
Paramatma.
Paramatma. Paramatma is the Brahman for the yogi.
And that is in the living state, right, Prabhuji? He's alive and experiencing it.
Yeah, even while alive, that's actually Jivan Mukta. Even while alive, he is able to experience it.
And why do they say that everybody going to Brahman eventually is not the final destination, so they will fall down?
Yeah, those who go to impersonal Brahman, they may fall down. But
What
those
about
who
the
realize,
Paramatma Brahman?
no, they will not fall down. Because they have attained the darshan of the Lord, they have attained the stable service of the Lord.
But is
Even
there
the
also
yogi,
service in Paramatma?
no, when he is transferred to Vaikuntha Loka, those who are attracted to Vishnu Murti, they are transferred to Vaikuntha Loka. In Vaikuntha, they serve the Lord, they adore the Lord, so they don't fall down.
So
But
the
those who are
yogis
not,
will also get transferred to Vaikuntha, Prabhuji? Is that what you're
yes,
saying?
because they are attracted to the person form of the Lord, as Paramatma, Vishnu. So they go to Vaikuntha Loka, where Lord is residing as Vishnu.
Okay.
And those who are attracted to Krishna, they go to Goloka, where Lord is Shyam Sundara.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Because in
Prabhuji, I had-
Brahman, in impersonal Nirakar Brahman, there is no conception of service. So, so the soul is unhappy. So that's why again falls down to material happiness.
And that's for the Jnani, is that correct?
That is
That's for
Jnani.
the pure
Jnani.
Jnani.
Yes.
Prabhuji, if there's any other question, I'll wait. But there's one more question it's going in my mind since yesterday. Can I ask?
Yeah, what is that?
Prabhuji, about Bhishma Pitama, when he gave up his body, he had Ichamrityu and he was on the bed of arrows and he gave up his body. Krishna was there right in front of him, but he was meditating always on the four-handed form. Is that correct? Because he's a yogi, he's a bhakt also, and then he's a yogi also. So I was confused because in Bhagavatam it was written that he was always attached to the Parthasarthi form of the Lord. And then some people also say that he is a yogi, so he is actually very, his favorite form is the four-handed form of the Lord. So I'm getting confused. Parthasarthi form, according to what I know, is two-handed form. So
Two-handed
I
form,
was
yeah.
confused.
So he is attracted to two-handed form as Parthasarthi. He is in Veera Rasa with Krishna. So he is a yogi in the sense that he is a bhakti yogi. He is not a Ashtanga yogi, but he is a bhakti yogi. He is fulfilling the desire of the Lord, and he is a very dedicated, surrendered soul to Krishna. So he is attracted to Parthasarthi, and if you read the prayers of Bhishma, you will very clearly understand. He is attracted to Krishna as Parthasarthi. Tribhuvana kamanam tamalavarnam ravikara gauravarambaram dadane vapuralaka kulavratananabjam vijaya sakyaratirasthu mena vadya. Is describing how Krishna is riding the chariot. His complexion is like tamalavarnam. He has curly hair and his
The dust.
the dust from the hoofs of the horses is sticking to his body, and the beads of sweat on his face, and he's attracted to this particular form.
So not the Vishnu form, Prabhuji. That's what I wanted to clarify. He's
very
attracted
clearly
to the
attracted to.
Parthasarthi, the two-handed form, as in the war itself, as a charity.
That's what you can understand from the prayers of Bhishma.
Okay, Prabhuji, fine. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think I should stop here. So thank you very much. Very wonderful questions all of you had, and very nice participation. So thank you, and hopefully we'll have again these sessions every month on some special topics. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Srila Prabhupada
Prabhuji.
ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.